Hello, I am Deborah Peak Haynes, and welcome again to Deborah's Healing Kitchen. Hope you're doing well. I hope you'll take some notes because I want to teach you something that is so simple. There's a lot of recipes out there, some very good ones and ones that are just okay for making pesto. Now, I have used pesto for many different things, and I will show you in another video how you can use pesto when you really want a cheesy taste without the cheese and you want to get healthier but you still want to enjoy a cheesy taste. I'll show you how to do that at another time. But today I'm going to make pesto and show you how you can use it for a seasoning for your red potatoes. Red potatoes, especially the skin, has fiber. It's good for combating heart disease. Red potatoes, I find, are much better for you than some other potato types. They're a little bit more sweeter, not as starchy as, say, like an Idaho potato, but I use it much more frequently than some of the other varieties. And I found that this particular recipe, they work really well. So, with your pesto, you're going to need basil. So this is my basil leaf. You're going to need pine nuts. Pine nuts have a lot of great fat, also protein, and it can be a little bit more expensive, but if you go to the bulk section in the health food store, you can get a really great price for pine nuts. And then we're going to use olive oil. You know, olive oil is great for your arteries, making them more pliable. It's great for your heart. So it's a good cardiovascular system oil. You want to stay away from vegetable oil. If it says vegetable oil, don't use it. It's very toxic. I have more information in my book. I have a whole section on different oils in my book and also about different seasoning and herbs. So this is something that you might want to purchase for yourself and your loved ones. So let me show you my basil. I washed my hands already. You know, I talked about washing hands. I'm going to chop up my basil. This is roughly a cup. And of course, this is all depending on how much you want for your recipe. I like a really great basil flavor. First, I'm going to take this clove of garlic and I'm just going to smash it with my knife and I'm just going to chop it up a little bit. And we're going to blend this in, and then I'm going to use powdered garlic as well. Okay, so I'm just going to stick this in there. We're going to blend it with the basil and just chop it up. It doesn't have to be fancy, but this will make it easier for you to actually blend. I'm going to use a hand blender. It's like $20. Also, let me show you this. Now, if this was really chopped up fine, what I could do is use my pesto and blend it this way. Takes a little longer, but it really brings out the flavor of the herb. So I did this last week. It worked out really well. And this was so inexpensive, it was like $8. So it was not expensive. So you can actually do this and make your pesto. But for now, we're just going to do this the real quick, modern way. Of course, watch your fingers. I'm not a chef, so if any chefs are looking at this, they're like, oh God, why is she cutting it like that? Because I'm just a regular person that's just trying to show regular people how to cook at home, and hopefully it'll help them to want to eat healthier. I have a cheat sheet. I don't want to forget what I want to tell you about basil. Okay, basil has lutein, which is really good for your eyes. Beta carotene, which turns into vitamin A. It has essential oils. Let's see, what else does it have? Oh, so many other health benefits, full of minerals and vitamins. And it has a great flavor. You can put it in stir fries. You can season it, like if you're a poultry person, you can season with your poultry. Basil is just really, really good. And as I said, you can go to the health food store. Oh, one thing you can do to save money and you want to buy more herbs, let me show you this. This is cilantro. So I just bought this. I think this is like maybe $2. But I can put it in a bigger pot. I can grow it. I can pinch off of it and use this for my recipes. You can do the same with basil and other herbs. So if you want to save money, you can actually grow it yourself, okay? So this is cilantro. Smells really, really good. And cilantro is good for soups and salads and so many things. But I just want to show you, you can actually grow herbs in your kitchen, okay? Put it on your windowsill or even outside now that the weather is better. All right, so I have my basil. I rinsed off the pine nuts, so I'm throwing the pine nuts in here. Now, I told you I don't measure things, but for the purposes of this is some olive oil. And I try to use reputable companies for my products. And I'm just covering the basil and the pine nuts. And I can tell if this is going to be enough by how this blends. Now this is like $20. I've had this for probably, I don't know, 10 years, and it still works. So this can be messy, but I'm going to keep doing this until this blends. And I'll probably add some more olive oil so I can get a little bit more liquefied texture. Or you can put this in a high-powered blender. But if you just let it sit there, it kind of does it quicker. I'm going to add a little bit more olive oil. This will help it blend. You see, if I just hold it there, kind of makes it happen a little bit quicker. And there's nothing wrong with the pine nuts still having some crunch. Now, if I was making pasta, I want to make sure that my pine nuts are finer and that you can't really taste the crunch or have the crunch because it's a smoother blend. Okay, I'm almost ready. I hope you're looking at the time to see how long this takes me. Okay, if I let it sit there, it blends quicker. Okay. And this does not have to be perfect, but you want it to be good. All right, let me show you the next step. All right, make sure you get all of that out of your blender. You don't want to waste it. So I am going to use my powdered garlic. I already used the garlic clove, so it's going to be really garlicky, which is really good for your health, great for your immune system. I'm going to use just a dash of pepper and just a dash of salt, and then a squeeze of lime juice. This makes it really tasty. Limes are excellent for vitamin C. Okay, I'm going to stir this up, and I'm going to blend it just one more time, and then I'm going to show you how we're going to put this in our potatoes. I'm going to taste it in just a second. So this is really heart healthy. And remember, it has fiber, which is really good for diabetics. And also, this basil breaks down in your system, so you can really get the benefits of wonderful herb, this wonderful herb. Okay. And for those of you that are diabetics, you know you have to watch your intake of your starches. But just a few potatoes should work out well, but please check with your doctor or your healthcare professional. All right, so now I'm going to get my red potatoes off of the stove. They're still warm. This works better when the potatoes are warm. So see my potatoes, I just sliced them up. And now I'm going to just drain the rest of the water off of the potatoes. Because you don't want water on the potatoes. And all you do is just add this to your potatoes. Let me taste it one more time. Well, I haven't tasted it at all. Let me see if I have enough salt. Let's see. Just a little bit more salt. And it's ready. Now, the other thing you can do with this, you can actually put this over your potatoes and put them in the oven. And your potatoes should be just lightly soft, not too soft. And you can just mix it. So usually what I do is I can kind of chop it up and blend it a little bit. I'm telling you, this is really, really good. I know it looks different, but I'm telling you, it's really, really good. Okay, I'm going to taste some. Now, some of you might want your pesto to be smoother. I tend to like this little crunch in mine. So let me just taste a little piece. This is really good. It gives you a little texture. Excuse my mouth. And the basil really comes through. And then you have a little bit of that pine nut taste along with the garlic. It's really good. So this will be so good to serve alongside my kale. Oh my God, that'll be delicious. All right, you have to try this. I know it looks different, but I'm telling you, it's easy and it's good. I hope you'll try it and let me know what you think, okay? Because I need your feedback. Tell me what works for you, what doesn't work for you. It's all about your health. We have to build our immune systems. We have to take better care of ourselves. And for my African American and Hispanic brothers and sisters, we have to fight the health disparity. And it starts with what we eat and how we care for ourselves and how we manage stress. All of that has a lot to do with our health. So I hope you enjoyed Deborah's Healing Kitchen. Please come back again. We'll have some great recipes for you. I'm going to tell you about a daikon radish and why you need to eat it more often. All right. Thank you.